Yes, so as said, we are going to stay in Irish waters and we're going to switch to bottlenose dolphins, but we're going to look more into their genetics and how that influences population structure in Irish waters. And this was my master thesis. So in the west coastline of Ireland, there are two special areas of conservation for bottlenose dolphins, one in the west, Connacht Special Area Conservation, which is in the northern part of Ireland, and one in the southern part, which is the Shannon Estuary, and it's the Lower River Shannon SAC. And these are two different populations from photo-ID data, and there is also a third putative population that lives in offshore waters, and that represents the pelagic ecotype of bottlenose dolphins. So we have put together for this study 67 new tissue samples coming both from stranded dolphins and from free-ranging dolphins, so biopsies, and the biopsies are in circles and the stranded dolphins are triangles in the map, and that will stay the same for the next maps. So for the methods, first we extracted DNA, then quantified, then there was the determination of sex of all the individuals, and then we used microsatellite markers to genotype all the individuals. And then the data coming from this genotyping was merged into a larger database coming from a previous study. And this is the largest data set of bottlenose dolphin genotype in Ireland, and it's 127 individuals. And we have used structure and then structure harvester to see the number of putative populations. And we have found that there are indeed 3 populations of bottlenose dolphins in Irish waters. And one is composed almost entirely by stranded individuals, and they have not a specific geographical location linked to them, and that is probably the pelagic individuals that just strand randomly along the Irish coastline. Then there's a red population that is clearly linked to the Shannon Estuary, as you can see from the map. And then there's a third population that has an area that is more linked to the northern part of Ireland, but is much more mobile compared to the Shannon putative population, as it goes all the way up into Donegal and all the way down into Kerry. And so these are 3 distinct populations, and they are quite isolated from each other, which is remarkable considering the small scale of Ireland. And especially the Shannon population and the population living in the northwest of Ireland, they are quite relatively small, and they have lower levels of diversity compared to other populations, especially compared to the pelagic population, so they are definitely for the need of protection. And so it's definitely seen that even though most of the animals are in the Shannon Estuary, many Shannon dolphins come out of the Shannon Estuary and to feed and also to inhabit other areas for longer years. And as this is supported now by genetic analysis. For example, the Brandon Point and Cork are 2 important areas where we have seen Shannon dolphins, and that's an area that definitely should be taught for protection. And a similar thought can be done with the northwest mobile population, as it is quite mobile, and definitely the special area conservation in the north does not encompass the entire range of the population. For example, in Donegal, there are animals that come from the same population, and Donegal is, of course, not under protection. And to continue this work, there's definitely the need to continue to collect more samples, and biopsy samples are the most efficient way to collect tissue samples. But there is the need also to use less intrusive methods such as eDNA, and that's environmental DNA. That's what we have been doing the last months, and also use different markers such as single nucleotide polymorphism marker, and that's also what we have been doing the last months. Thank you for listening, and I want to thank you, my supervisor, Simon Barrow, Luca Merimin, and my colleagues. Thank you.